to another episode of C3 Cooking with Carl Camacho, where we demystify recipes, make them simple, we speak regular language, and make them very, very applicable, well to use for the home chef. Today, we are doing a double cut boneless pork chop with a Chipotle bourbon glaze. Gonna put some roasted sweet potatoes underneath that with a little bit of walnut maple butter. So let's go on and get started on it. The heck was that? All right, we're going. Okay, so this is a whole pork loin. Do not be intimidated at this thing. Yeah, it's big. You're thinking, man, the heck am I gonna do with this thing? All this is one big pork chop that's not cut up. Okay, we're gonna cut it into usable size pieces. You can roast it, the whole thing if you want. Cut it up, freeze some, use it later for your family. And here's the good thing. This whole pork loin is very inexpensive. I'm gonna cut these into about 4-inch thick chops because I want them to be thick, okay, for this particular recipe. So I'm just slicing them. This is it. Guess what? Guess what you have now? Your own boneless pork chops. Okay? Okay, so let's get ready to get these things seasoned and on our grill, baby. Look at those. That's a big fat chop. Okay, let's see if I remember what are in each of these things. This, okay, well, nothing in that one. So, one for one. This is chili powder, okay? This is a whole chili powder. It's anchovy chili powder, and I got about 3 tablespoons of chili powder in here. This is cinnamon, 1 teaspoon cinnamon. Brown sugar, 2 tablespoons. 1, 2, let's go 2.5. 2.5 tablespoons brown sugar. This is allspice, 1 teaspoon allspice. Smell like Christmas over here. This is smoked paprika. This is not regular paprika, it's smoked. Regular paprika, all it does is add color. Smoked paprika adds flavor. Okay, and boom, 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 boom. I think we got everything. So give this a stir. Oh, also have your grill turned on hot. Okay, you want to preheat your grill to about 450, 500 degrees. Add any more. Now, just sprinkle this on top. Okay. Now you want to do this pretty liberally because most of it's going to fall off on your grill. Okay, kosher salt on both, or on all of the chops. Flip it. Gonna do the same thing. Here we go. Okay, right before I put them on the grill, I'm gonna put a little bit more oil just on top. 3 things about whenever you're grilling. 3 major things. The grill's got to be hot. It's got to be clean, and it's got to be well oiled. The reason why you want it clean, so nothing sticks. The reason why you want it hot is so nothing sticks. The reason why you want to put oil on it is so nothing sticks. Okay? Okay, we're going to let it be. We're going to let it cook for about 5 to 6 minutes on that side. Turn it, or I'm sorry, rotate it. Rotate each one to get the hash marks for about another 4 minutes. Then flip it over and cook it for about another 7 minutes. That's it. Flip one time. Okay, now let's go get our sweet potatoes ready to go. Turn your oven on 425 degrees. Get ready to go. Slice off the ends. Now, just gonna cut these in half. Gonna put oil, salt, and pepper on them and roast them for 30 minutes. Oil. It's going to help the potatoes to crisp in the oven. Pepper, obviously, it's going to bring flavor. Salt, it brings lots of flavor. And we're going to pop it in the oven for 25-30 minutes. Into the oven they go. See you guys in a bit. We got those in. Let's check the chops, see if they need to be rotated. When You're looking to have a nice crisp, that's what you want to see. You want to see those nice char lines, okay? All we're going to do is turn that 180 degrees, all of them, see that? And you got that from leaving it alone. Let the food cook itself. Makes your job a lot easier. There you go, beautiful. Beautiful. Now, we're going to let it sear for about another 3 or 4 minutes on that side. Then we're going to flip it and let it cook on the other. It's time to flip the chops and start the glaze. Let's take a look. Yeah, look at that sear, man. That's what I'm talking about. It'll make some people happy. Look at that. Oh, that's nothing but flavor. Yeah. Here we go. Now, leave them alone. And we're going to start glazing them. Okay, so what I have some thick slab bacon, okay? I always like to use thick slab bacon and not just the real thin stuff. Okay, you can see there how big and thick it is, like me. Okay, I put this in the freezer for about 15 or 20 minutes before I cut it. It makes it really easy to cut, and it doesn't get all slimy and sticky. So now, this is the beginning of our sauce. I'm going to grab this, put this right in the pan. I got this on a medium-high heat. Okay? After that, turn that down a little bit. This guy, good shot. Cut off, this is a shallot, okay? You cut it just like an onion. I'm going to go down all these ribbons, slice it one time in half, and then slice it the opposite way. You want to get as close to the root end as possible. Okay, now slice it in half. Why do I slice it in half? Because it's going to make a fine dye, see? Okay. Now, we are not going to add the shallots to the pan until that bacon is nice and crisp. We're going to take the bacon out. Okay, next, apple. I want that into a small dice. I want this apple to melt but still have texture. Okay, done. Let's check out the bacon. Nice big thick pieces. Nice big thick lardons. Okay, look, getting really good and crusty. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so I'm gonna pull these out. They're done. Set them on a separate pan. The reason why I'm not gonna leave them in this pan is because if I leave them in when I finish the sauce, they become soft and soggy. And I don't want that. I want different textures going throughout the sauce. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my shallots. I'm going to add my apples. I'm going to cook these. Okay? I'm going to hit them with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Yep, even shallots and apples need to be seasoned along the way. We're going to let those cook for about 2 minutes. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add our bourbon, and I do this off heat. Okay, do this off heat and be very careful with it. Okay, especially if you're using a gas flame. I'm going to add about first I'm going to go a little at a time. Then I'm going to add about a cup and a half of bourbon, and I'm actually using apple bourbon. You don't have to, just regular bourbon, and I want to reduce this down all the way until it's completely gone. So here's what's going to happen. This is going to come up to a boil, and when there's no alcohol left in it, it won't flame up. I'm going to flame it up, but be very, very careful when you do this, okay? Here we go. Woo! There we go. Okay, bourbon's been reduced. Really reduced. It's very syrupy. Woo! All the alcohol's gone. I can smell it's not as pungent. So now I'm going to add 4 cups of chicken stock. I'm going to bring it up to a boil. Make sure your burner's on high. Also, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of brown sugar. It's going to give it sweetness. It's going to mellow out some of the bourbon. And I'm going to put in, this is Chipotle Puree. All it is a can of Chipotles, put in a blender and pureed up with the adobo. I'm going to put in 1.5 tablespoons of Chipotle Puree. Okay? And a 1/2 cup of apple juice concentrate. Not apple juice concentrate. Okay? Give this a stir. We're going to bring this to a boil and let it reduce by half. And then it'll be time to start glazing the chops. Okay, now let's finish up the last component to this dish. We're going to make a little maple walnut butter. Okay, 1 stick softened butter. 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. Okay. Sweet potatoes and maple syrup go together like hand in hand. Perfectly good friends. Toasted walnuts, okay? I'm going to put these in. Put in 2 tablespoons. Oh, also what I like to do is add a pinch of pepper. Pinch of pepper to this. Start out slow. And you go to hot. Let's get the sweet potatoes, they're all finished. 20 minutes. That's what we're looking for. Nice, soft, and you definitely need to dress these when they're warm. So, well, gosh dang it, if I could find a pair of tongs! Hey. There's our maple walnut butter. I'm gonna go on these, it's gonna coat them, give them this unbelievable sweetness that they already have. The walnuts are gonna give it texture. So we're gonna have layers of texture because we're gonna put bacon on top of our chops. And this is what we want. Our sauce is finally reaching the consistency of a sauce. It's got a little bit more to go. But while it's going, here's how we do it. You get your chop and you just roll it in the sauce. Then you put it right back on the grill. Okay? That's going to caramelize. There's so much sugar in this sauce from the concentrate, the brown sugar, the natural crispness, the natural sugar from the apple. It's going to start to build another layer of flavor and crust around this pork chop. Okay, pork chops, look at these. They're done. We got the glaze on them, smoking hot. You need to let these sit for at least 10 minutes. At least 10 minutes before you send them out, cut them, or do anything. Check that out. Now that those are done, let's finish off our sauce right here. Look at how syrupy, how beautiful sauce that looks. We're gonna add 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of butter to mellow it out. Okay, and just stir it in and turn the heat off, because if I have the heat on high and this boils, it's gonna break. And break means you're gonna see a big thing of oil at the top and the rest of the components at the bottom. Guess what? It's time to plate. Okay, let's cut a little bit of fresh parsley. Just shave it. Shave it. Don't get the thick stems. Parsley done. We're ready. It's showtime. A nice little bed. They've rested. Oh, I could see the maple. I can see the walnuts. The butter just dripping, just waiting. Okay, just a nice little bed. Okay, there, that's it. Next. Chop, just barely set it on here. Okay, hold my potato in there. Just set it. Now, our sauce that we made, our glaze. Now, just a little bit right over the top. You got the apples. You got those candied shallots. Okay? You got very, very crispy bacon right on top to give another level of texture. Another level of flavor. Okay? It's okay. Some wants to drop around the plate, that's fine, let it. Then that fresh parsley to make it come alive. Look at this. Make it come alive right here. I don't make the plate look pretty. The plate makes itself look pretty. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a double cut pork chop with a chipotle chili bourbon glaze on a bed of sweet potatoes with a walnut maple butter. Now what we get to do is taste. I mean, come on. Come on, really? Is it even a question? Let's go. Oh, man. All right, slice. It's so good. Oh my gosh. Guess what? You like it? Share it. You don't like it? Share it with someone you don't like to make them watch it. So either way, share it. C3, thank you for cooking and hanging out. Catch us on our next episode. Out.